Hello and welcome to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Bowls Australia and powered by Drinkwise and Aero Bowls. We are back for another blockbuster year of bowls. It's great to be back here with you. We'll be bringing you all the best moments from BPL 20 and BPL 21 from November and February, and of course the prestigious Australian Open in June. Jordan Kounelis here, back for another season, and alongside me is one of the best in the industry, Val Febbo. Hello Val, how are you?
I'm great, Jordan. It's so good to be back with you. I've missed you over these last 6 months. I know we have actually seen each other, but it's great to be back, welcoming you to the Bowl Show. And there's going to be so much on this year. There's some classic matches that you're in for, and we can't wait to bring them all to you.
I'm looking forward to it, Val. It's going to be fantastic. And well, since our last episode last year, a lot has happened in the world of bowls. We teased the debut of the Sydney Saints and the Geelong Jets in the BPL last season, but how good was it to see those teams take to the rink in November, Val?
Well, after months of hearing about them and looking at the teams and all the speculation of who they might pick, it was great to see them debut. And it was an interesting one for the Geelong Jets, who started November's BPL really well, but then sort of dipped off. The Saints were the complete opposite. They started poorly, but then really came to light. They were brilliant throughout the entirety of BPL 20, and you'll see a lot of that here on the Bowl Show. But it was so good. The fans were great. The St John's Park Bowling Club, they brought in so many people. It was rocking at Pine Rivers.
Unbelievable. I can't wait to see some more from Sydney and Geelong. And a new season of the Bowl Show also means a brand new array of bowls from our wonderful partners at Aero Bowls. And Val, it's all about Aero's actuality logos. You can personalise your set of Aero bowls with any logo you wish. Aero's patented process prints onto your bowl permanently in full colour. And how amazing is it to have the option to customise your bowls to your heart's content, Val? You can put any logo on the front of your bowls.
You can, and look, this one here, I think you can see it, I won't drop it, but right there, the Minions logo. I love the Minions, so I reckon I might have to hit up Walter and Chantal for some of these. But yeah, that's absolutely awesome. And yeah, you can personalise it with photos of your pet or of your child or whatever you want. You can have someone special out there on the rink with you.
Absolutely, fantastic. I love the innovation. So we'll have those on our desk for the show today. Let's open with some news though from across the bowls world, Val. And this is all thanks to OMF. Better sleep, better performance every match, every day. And I want to start off with the beautiful demonstration of community and resilience that we saw from a lot of bowls clubs across Queensland, Val, through to because of ex-cyclone Alfred, which swept through. Community, no doubt, one of the biggest aspects of our sport in bowls. So great to see the response of some of the bowls clubs in Queensland become the beacons of hope for these communities, and that was absolutely extraordinary, Val.
Yeah, bowls is a massive hub of the community up there in Queensland, and I know that Cyclone Alfred was a very scary time for a lot of people on the Gold Coast and a bit north as well. But Club Helensvale, a lot of people around that area at Helensvale lost a lot of power, Jordan, throughout the week. So, Club Tweed is a big helper of the community. Helensvale provided themselves to be a nice little beacon of hope, and so did those other clubs like Paradise Point, Nambour and Southport. They all just banded together just to help the community and those who might be in need, just to give them a bit of a safe haven, if their homes were in danger. So it was absolutely fantastic, and well done to everybody at those clubs and all of the clubs that helped out throughout what was a trying time for a lot of Queenslanders.
Yeah, and to those who are still watching, who are still feeling the effects of ex-cyclone Alfred at their clubs, be sure to reach out to your club support manager, and all the details you need can be found on the website on your screen below. As we move on, it is time for Have You Heard? All thanks to Audica. Be hearing healthy with Audica. What have you got for us today, Val? You're bringing us a slate of different bits and pieces from around the bowls world. What's on today's agenda? Today's agenda is The Right Line, Bowls Australia's official podcast. It is hosted by yours truly. It's a bit of a shameless plug for the show, but we are back in 2025 interviewing some of the biggest bowls names in the world, not just Australian, because we've already had Paul Foster on this year, and he's someone that when he talks about bowls, you just hear the passion and you hear about the love for the game, and so many people around the bowls community in this country. So you can subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and you'll hear the latest and greatest from the world of bowls. Well, we won't make you wait any longer. Let's get stuck into today's feature match on the Bowl Show as we relive all the action from the 20th edition of the BPL in November. And we start with the elimination final between the Melbourne Extreme and the Adelaide Pioneers. And Val, I'll get you to take us through the lineups thanks to Right at Home, the right care, right at home, Australia's premier in-home care provider.
Yeah, the Melbourne Extreme are absolutely sensational when it comes to Pine Rivers. They've made 2 grand finals here, and you can see there they've got Kylie Lavis, recently married, so changed her name from Whitehead to Lavis. Nick Carl out there as well with Ali Forsyth and Kelvin Kirko, the coach. And the Adelaide Pioneers, they'll be coming out very shortly themselves. Lainey McGorman stepping up in her maiden BPL. She has been sensational. Scott Thorburn, the 5-time finalist, and Wayne Rudiger as well, 5-time finalist with coach Les Carter.
Well, there we are, our lineups for today. Our coverage of the BPL 20 Elimination Final begins right after this short break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise, and Aero Bowls. We are here at Club Pine Rivers for the first elimination final of the BPL 20 tournament between the Melbourne Extreme and the Adelaide Pioneers. Let's get into the action.
They must know a secret that we would all like to know.
Great shot from Kylie Lavis, falls in and sits just inches from the jack to get us started.
Yeah, Kylie's out of the blocks quickly again, isn't she?
Feel the stars lining the rink to see this one. Aaron Sheriff there with Big Kevy.
I was going to say 2 Wallies, you were a lot nicer than I was. Kev will thank me for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good shot there from Wayne Rudiger too. I think we'll see Kylie just look to, if anything, just maybe turn her own bowl or turn that bowl of Wayne Rudiger just to neaten up the target a little. Well, she's going to drop just a little short here. She'll be a little disappointed with that. She had a chance to just tidy that up. And now it's over to Wayne Rudiger to be able to have his attempt at basically doing the same thing.
Fairly close, I think.
Yeah, this is the weight he's looking for.
Just getting away. Good home.
Yeah, you can certainly see the intent. Anytime there's anything that looks a bit like a jack-high bowl, these players are going to play to land that bowl.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've had to learn coming from overseas, because, you know, you sort of watch it and you think, oh, they're always constantly trying to trail the jack, but it's the nature of the format. You've got to score every end to be winning the set. What a great bowl from Kylie there.
Brilliant. Yeah, I guess it's more of a draw-based game on the World Bowls Tour. Even if a bowl's jack high, you tend to just draw it off.
Yeah, I think
the metre over shot's a hard one to play.
They are really hard, yeah. And I think in this, because the set can go so quickly, even if you're missing, you're setting it up for the person coming behind you. So it's
speaking of setting it up,
there you go.
Wayne Rudiger's played perfect weight there to give his bowl a chance at getting the result, but finish in a perfect spot if he misses. And Scotty T will appreciate that bowl just in behind, because he can now play nice and confidently through this.
Yeah, I think Nick will be trying to match Wayne's last bowl here. Might even be going a little bit further to the respot.
He's gone to the backhand side. The only issue with that is just making sure you get the weight right.
Pretty good.
Just wants it to run all the way back now. Well, it's certainly in a great home.
Yeah.
Looks like the jack almost goes straight down the line with any sort of contact. And that's where Wayne Rudiger parked his bowl.
Scotty's played nice pace to this as well, so I think he's just trying to
Where's
get
the
into
contact here?
bowls.
Well, he's chipped the Pioneers' closest bowl out. Potentially 3 down now. Certainly plenty of room for Nick Carl now to get in on the backhand and draw another.
If he makes this count, this will be a tough decision for Scotty, whether he goes again or tries to just draw one close.
Yeah, interesting that he got to the back again. I'm not sure he meant that.
No, I think he was going to try and beat the shorter white ones.
Because you're right, he could have got right into Scotty's head in terms of which way to play this. Now I think Scotty will look for the split on the bowls or bowl to jack. Wayne Rudiger's in behind it.
Again.
He needs to clear the front, and he hasn't. Well, that makes certain that that's 3, but it's a huge target.
Yeah, it is. If Nick can pile another one in here, again, this might make Scotty think about what pace he's playing.
Well, it's a tough decision for Nick here. Does he just put another one around the back, or does he try and get in the count? Looks like he's going to finish a little bit in between.
Yeah, that's kind of let Scotty off, him not beating those bowls and scoring. But
This will be big weight, I think. He may nominate a kill.
however, he is in a bit of a pickle, so
He's going big. He's been the converter at BPL 20. What's he got? Bang!
shot.
Jack goes into the ditch. Now, that ball that has rolled through, I don't believe we had a toucher there. Nope. Are we measuring for shot or... No, it is 2 to the extreme. So, a big hit, but to no real avail. He cut one down and leads it 3 shots to nil, the extreme. The Pioneers have called their power play. Catherine, thank you so much for joining me.
No, it's lovely to be here. Thank you.
It's been great to have you here for BPL 20.
We're going to take a quick break here on The Bowl Show, but stick around for more action on the other side. Welcome back to The Bowl Show. All thanks to Drink Wise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise and Aero Bowls. Let's get back into the bowls action.
All of a sudden, they're 5 out, up going into the last end of this set.
Extreme almost have it iced. We have seen, especially last night, we saw quite a few 5-shot ends, but this will be difficult. In these circumstances, toucher from Kylie to open.
Pioneers have called their substitute on. Elaine's joined us on the rink for her first bowl of this final. Good weight then, unfortunately just missed the line. Getting a 5 is never easy, let alone in a big match like this. Key really for the Pioneers is just to make sure they've got all their bowls passing to give Scotty T some sort of chance of creating a miracle with his last bowl.
Only Forsyth back off the bench.
That's well played as well.
Another mid-end substitution from the extreme.
We've got to remember, everyone's got to play a minimum of 12 bowls each. So the extreme now have to keep track of Ali because he's come on for one, and now we play a couple now, and it all gets a bit confusing.
This is where Kelvin Kirko really earns his stripes.
And not to mention remembering which end your bowls are up if you've played one from one end and a couple from the other end. That's a good spot, just passing. This is really smart bowls by the Melbourne extreme.
Good track for Laney. It holds with the way it'll take the jack with it. Well negotiated from Laney McDormand.
Yeah, it sure was. Scotty T was really hoping the jack will go further out to the side. Oh, team chat, how are we going to create a 5? And Carl now just, trying to get another one roundabout to the bowl, touch the jack. He touches the jack, the 5's not, just sneak through. He touched the jack, then really there was zero chance of them creating a 5. It's a slim chance at the moment.
Covering a few areas as well, the extreme. Pioneers going to keep building this head.
I'll be just drawing a shot, mate. You beat that front one, you're good. Down to the end.
Right, well, just trying to get another one in the area. Doesn't need to be shot, of course. Something else, a roundabout.
Under there. Oh,
Just like this.
What a shot, Nick Carl.
He's finding the green really well, isn't he? He's doing some great shots and played some big runners early days in this game.
Might have closed the gate for the Pioneers. Loading up for a missile. He's just asking the question of the head.
He's killed it.
Nominated the kill. And the Pioneers can reset this end. Do you have to wave the board as well for the substitutions?
Oh, Calvin's sitting there waving it around, isn't he? He might sub himself on next.
He's one of the very best when it comes to it. Activating the power plays. Big smile on his face, Kelvin.
He does, he loves it. He sure does love it. Kylie Whitehead, which is why they subbed it back on. That's a great start. I have no idea who's going to play the next ball for the Melbourne Extreme. Oh, looks like it's Ali.
They're keeping us guessing. Every bowler has to play 4 ends in the BPL, but the previous end will not count. So Ali Forsyth will need to get back out there again and make sure they get those ticking over for the Melbourne Extreme.
Back it up again.
Gives them some flexibility, though, in the second set, doesn't it? They don't have to go with someone for 4 ends. They can chop and change if they need be now.
Yeah, and now they've all had a feel of the green as well. You know, Kylie played most of the first set, but Ali's had a good chance to get a feel of the green and what it's doing tonight.
Passing nicely for Melbourne.
So it's tricky for the Pioneers here. Numbers are tricky anytime, let alone when the opposition knows you're trying to get a number and is covering absolutely everything.
How much does it change the way you go about this head from the extreme perspective, knowing you've just got to defend a 5 count? You're not quite tackling it the same way you would earlier in the set.
Yeah, you're just conscious of making sure you cover everything. Nothing would hurt more than being in the box seat and dropping a big number. So, and you know, it's not entirely different to any other game plan. You're just a little bit more conscious in the back of your mind that the others are going to play for some, you know, a miracle kind of shot. So you just cover everything.
Nick Carl just provided a reference point to Scott Tholborn on the wrong side of the bowl.
I don't know if he loved this one as much as his others, but not going to be any harm back there. Now, last night we saw in the second set, Ali was skipping with Nick Carr leading. I suspect we'll see that again, but you know, it's interesting. Nick's been playing, he played outstanding in this set, really. So I wonder if they'll stick with him up the skipper's end or if they'll go back to what worked for them last night with Ali skipping and Nick leading. I'm not sure. It's Kelvin's call at the end of the day.
Yeah, 106 ends as a skip for Nick Carl, 114 for Ali. It's nearly a 50-50 split between the two.
Yeah, they've really shared the duties quite well, and I think at different points throughout this tournament, both of them been doing, you know, the job really well, and other times, you know, may have struggled a little bit. So it's been a great option for them to be able to swap in that role. And Kylie, you know, she didn't just lead for anyone. She can play with anybody. So it's a good combination, those three players together.
Well, not much going here. This is a heave and hope.
There's not much going at all. Yeah.
Good chance to let one fly.
Yeah, have a bit of a stretch.
We'll mix it up somewhat in the extreme. Come away with the first set here. And they will do so with a big count on the board. 10 shots to 4 after 5 ends.
Stick around for more action on the Bowl Show after the break. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to DrinkWise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise, and Aero Bowls. Let's head back out to the rink.
Spot on, Liam. That last bowl was huge from Scotty T and does give them a sniff. They've still got their power play up their sleeve, so they've held on to that on this end. I've got Taylor Mail with me. How are you, Taylor?
G'day, Clive. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, going great, mate. It's finals night and the place is packed, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The crowd is amazing. It's starting to get a bit louder as well as the night goes on. So, no, it's fantastic seeing all the people here tuning out to support the Bowls.
Mate, the Tridents, another one of the teams that was right in the mix come this morning. There could have been any number of about 6 or 7 sides that were playing this game tonight.
Oh, it was so close, and you know we're pretty happy with the way that we bounced back today after a disappointing day. We actually got ourselves right in a position where we were only relying on one result to go away, and unfortunately that didn't. And Adelaide are out here tonight, and we are not. But no, we're pretty happy to bounce back after not winning a game yesterday, and coming back and actually still getting ourselves into the hunt. So
Wayne Rudiger back into the match for the Pioneers. We've seen some interesting subs in this match, as Liam and Carla have been talking about, with Kylie and Ali swapping around a little bit during that first set. Well, it came on for that big weighted shot.
Yep.
And then needed to balance that out to get the 3 bowls sort of back in line. So came on and played a 2-bowl end. So just to get those 3 bowls back in line and line up, you know, essentially the 4 ends. It's 4 ends, but it's 12 bowls. So. Yep. Lines everything back up again. Statistician's nightmare, though.
First night of finals always brings out some interesting tactics, doesn't it, Clive?
you have done that, haven't you? I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, we've tried a couple over the years when we've been in that position. So, yeah, no, it's good to see. It's good to see people holding things in, holding tactics in for finals night.
What was yours? Yours was play in one direction, wasn't it? The same lead in each, you know, sub out after each end to just play in a single direction.
Yeah, we were out there one year and Mark Knights was with us, and he was feeling really good one way but not as confident the other way, and Beck was feeling quite good going the other way, so we actually decided to play that to our advantage, and it worked really well for us. So yeah, we won that final, and yeah, so it's good to see some of these tactics coming out.
Nick Carl just curled away at the end there, and the bowl has just fallen out. Our official just waiting to get in there, but won't get in there while Scotty's looking at the head. Yep, now Scotty turns away, and our official can get in there and have a look.
Yeah, overall.
That is perfect officiating.
Yeah, 6 pretty good lead bowls there by both teams.
So 1 to the extreme was the signal. If the Pioneers can turn this in their favour, all is not lost for them.
Yeah, win this end, and we'll pick up a multiple in this end, and I think they've still got their power play up their sleeve. So
close, but that's not an ideal result, and he just gives it a thumbs up in frustration, does Scotty T.
Well, Rudy's signalling 1 up, so I think it's more of a good shot or a bit of fortune. I'm not too sure, but
interesting. So our official has said 2 extreme, but Rudy said 1 up. Whether he meant 1 up or it's all good, I'm not sure.
Either or, yeah. Ali's looks like he's drawing for cover, so yeah, I assume it's probably 2 to the extreme, but Scotty's shot won't change here.
Yeah, no, it's not 1 up to the Pioneers. No. I think we can be certain of that. So, do we see some weight or do we see control weight? Looks like control weight from the call. Wayne Rudiger basically fielding it slip and looking for Scotty to bring that jack straight to him.
Yeah, he looks like he likes it out of the hand.
Oh, he's in the area. Scotty T, edge and jack. And he's got it far enough. Great shot. Got it right in the area. He's made at least 2. 2 is the call. Great shot. Just needed that little edge to get him back to the jack, and the edge was always going to be available.
Ali doesn't need to correct too much from his last bowl. He was in the area, only needs to add a couple of feet here and he'll be pretty close.
This has got some steam behind it. He's going to need some contact, and he's not going to find that contact. So still a bowl left each to play on this, the 4th end of the second set. And the Pioneers desperately trying to get a 2 or a 3 here and give themselves a chance to get this one to a tie-break. Gee, it's 6-1 behind. You would have thought it was nearly over.
Good opportunity here for Scotty to draw for a 3rd. Touch the jack, he might even make 4. In the scheme of things as well, though, their power play up their sleeve, 2's pretty handy here. 2's nearly as good as a 3, so they've still got to win the next end.
Yep, that's one of the vagaries of sets play. Sometimes a 1 and a 2 is the same thing on that second last end.
Yep. Yep. It can almost make the next end. Doesn't matter as long as you still win the end.
It's an early tie break almost.
Yep.
All right, Ali Forsyth. He has played some massive bowls over the years on this very rink. Can he come up with another one here? Can he? No, just on the outside. So 2 will be removed. Yeah, 2 it is. So 2 shots to the Pioneers. There goes the power play for the Pioneers. And if they win this end, they will get things to a tie-break. After dropping a 3 on the extreme power play, which of course doubled to 6, they are right back in this and just need to find a way to win this end.
Yep, a huge comeback opportunity here for Adelaide Pioneers. But Ali Forsyth does have the last bowl, so we'll be expecting big things from him late in this end.
Well, what a start here. Wayne Rudiger. Absolutely brilliant start. You can see Scotty just urging it to tuck away behind the jack.
And there was almost a bit of a hand flick from Rudy signalling that he didn't actually like the speed of that one. So it happens a lot.
Tell you what a reply here from Nick Carl. He's very close.
Let's get right down now.
Outstanding stuff from both leaders.
I think it's still 1 to the Pioneers, but early on in this set, I don't think that's going to matter at the end.
No. Can Wayne Rudiger find his way down on something similar sort of line? He's not far away either. Doesn't want the outside of the bowl now.
Sneaks around, and that's almost perfect.
It goes down as well left.
Absolutely.
Just outside off stump.
Gets right on the respot and covers the back as well. So.
Nick Carl looks like he's giving this a chance weight-wise. How's the line?
He's very close.
Oh, isn't he? That is outstanding stuff. What a shot. He has carried himself with extreme confidence this week, has Nick?
And Nick's been incredible this week. Well, what I've looked over, he looks like he's done a bit of an interesting formula with the extreme, skipping the first set and going on and leading for the next, which is something we don't see very often. As
Rudy not happy with this one out of the hand.
Yeah, as players like to kind of find their weight a little bit with that lead spot. They tend to do it the other way around.
Yes.
But Nick's actually been skipping the first set with Kylie and then coming on and leading. So it takes a lot of skill to do that.
And it's worked out for them because Ali's been able to play the big shots as well. So
absolutely.
Now, Nick will still want to change this. He's sitting jack high. He'd love nothing more than to work off his bowl and just sit in front of the jack. He's very close to doing it. Well, he's sat alongside it again. And so, look, that is 3 sensational bowls from Nick Carl. But there is a massive target for the second best skipper in the entire competition at converting. The only person that's in front of him on that count is Kevy Anderson. But Scotty's done it with twice the amount of ends in terms of play on the green.
And he's doing
on
it
its way.
50% of the time.
What's he got? Got the ball clean. That's probably the worst result.
It opens up a bit of a gap. Took the back bowl out, but did manage to stay himself.
I think if you're the extreme, you say, well, you can have that one.
I think so. And he's actually got Nick's toucher into the ditch as well, so they no longer have the back bowl on the rink.
It'll be interesting to see what he tries to do with this bowl. I mean, there's probably enough room that he has to try and draw it. Can't just leave that for Scotty with 2 bowls to play.
Looks like he's getting down on a reasonable line. Just going to go on the outside of it. He finishes on the green.
Yep. So now the call is draw the shot.
Yep, I think he has to. He's got to get the jack perfectly of any weighted shot. So
yep.
It's just easy to go back and give yourself a little bit of a chance. Try the jack to your own. Land off the bowl. Looks like that's what he's playing. He's chasing it after at 5, so he thinks he's
a
pretty
draw
close.
shot with a chance, isn't it? That's what he's playing.
Just needs to hold on here.
Does he hold for the jack?
Scotty T.
Oh, he's caught the edge of it.
Great shot.
Has he stopped in time for shot? I don't know.
I don't know. Not picking it.
I'm going to favour the extreme, but
well, the marker Mitch out there, he has not picked it, and usually he's pretty quick to take favour over one, so it must be very, very close.
Ali Forsyth's lining up with some weight here, I think. He is. He's going for that bowl. Looking to get rid of the Pioneers bowl. Just missed. That has gone within some paintwork, that is for sure.
Absolutely nothing to lose there from Ali. Any jack movement, any bowl movement, a secured shot. He misses it by a whisker.
So still 1 left in the chamber for each team here. Look at that, just missed it.
Scotty T switches hand, trying to draw a shot.
This is going to drift across the front, so that's not going to change anything. Now the extreme are going to have a look here and see if they can work out who's got shot. This is big weight again. Ali Forsyth. What's he got? He's close.
Oh, he's got his own.
He's got their own, so that will send us off to the tiebreak. Now, is it? I think they're just going to claim. Okay, it is 2 double to 4. I don't think Rudy was too worried about how many they were claiming there. Shots don't matter. We are off to a triples tiebreak. Everybody back out on the rink to determine a winner.
Stick around for more action on the Bowl Show after the break. Welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to DrinkWise. You won't miss a moment if you drink Wise and Aero Bowls. We now head back to our competitors on the green.
Yes, a little smattering of red over the other side, but most of it is lined on our commentary side.
I'd go as far to say I think it's nearly the whole side of this commentary booth.
All right, Kylie Lavis. Can she start off with a bang? Needs it to pull up a little. But first bowl past the jacks, not an issue.
It's never a wasted bowl back there, not in this format of the game.
Yeah, so the Saints lying in wait here for the winner of this tiebreak end. Well, the winner hasn't been played yet.
I don't think so. Unless there's some jack movement, then...
Kylie find a correction. She had the line perfectly with her first. Needs to drop about 3.5 feet. It still looks like it's getting there a bit.
Looks like it's going to be pretty similar to a first bowl.
Yeah. So, Lainey McGorman, in her first BPL finals experience.
Down the better track.
Australian champion from the Nationals 2023. We'll be playing for a world title in a couple of weeks' time, but that one has just found its way around the back as well. That's a desire not to be short, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A bit of pressure out there, not to waste your bowl at all. You know, anything past the jacks can potentially be utilised at the end of the end.
Nick Carl
He looks pretty good
Oh,
here.
he does. He just wants to get all the way back now. All the way back for Nick Carl. He sits right alongside it. He'll be happy that it fell over because it's just changed the angle a little bit.
Yeah. Really just looking to get this one close and give himself a chance for his next bowl.
He's floated it just past. And he wants it to stop. Well, it's not a bad home.
Yeah, it looks like Ali's signalling pretty early to get to the back of the rink and get on the respot here, so he could be expecting some weight.
He maybe likes that angle that bowl's actually sat on from Nick Carl. It sort of blocks the pure draw to the jack. And there you go, straight away. Scotty's saying maybe play the backhand to Rudy and see if you can just sweep up there and land the bowl, trail the jack.
Yeah, Nick's finish less than a foot away from that low spot marker too, so takes that out of the game.
Makes the weight just a little bit more complicated for the Pioneers. It's just got the trip. It hasn't.
Second shot though, I reckon.
Yeah. So it's close enough to be in the game. It makes Ali have to draw another one close now. So in doing that, he may set up a target.
Yep.
That's the bonus for the Pioneers.
Yeah, absolutely. Ideally, Ali will be trying to just get around Nick, sit something behind it, but not too close to it that he sets up a two-bowl cannon.
Especially since Scotty Thelborn's got the last bowl.
Yep.
He has to take away just the pure rip the bowl out shot. He's very close. This is a very good bowl from Ali Forsyth.
Well, he's finished right in front of the jack
Right
as
on the
well.
line. So I think Scotty will stick with that backhand shot, looking through Wayne Rudiger's bowl or just on the inside of it. And there is room to slide between those front two bowls and get to the jack.
Yep.
If he gets to the jack, it's a bit of a raffle at the back of the rink.
Just looking to change any of these angles, any connection on any of these front bowls is going to help.
He's trotting down after it. He's watching for the line. What's he got? He's got the jack. Out to the side. That is out to a Pioneers bowl. And we have a one-bowl shootout to determine who's going to progress through this elimination final. Ali Forsyth's done this before. He's played down this line actually before.
Yep. And he does have probably a good metre to 4 foot here to draw these shots.
He's
so
already signalled timeout.
Yep. Expecting this to be the shot when it finishes, I'd say 5.
Don't even think he's going to use the timeout, but he called it just in case.
Would have been very close.
Yes, it would. All right. He's out on a wide line. He needs it to run. Scotty Thelborn to put the Pioneers into the next round of finals, where the Saints await. It's on its way. It's cleared the front. Is it going to pull up?
Yeah,
The hands are in the air. Scotty T says, I've got this covered. Grabs a little bit of jack and takes the Pioneers in a most unlikely victory through to the next round of the finals to meet the Sydney Saints.
2 brilliant shots from Scotty. He didn't have too much onto that first bowl. Got the jack open space and just backed himself in the draw. It's brilliant to see.
The Pioneers have come from the clouds to get to the finals. They've put the extreme out. They move on to the next round. And they're going to take on the Saints. Wow. 5 out of their last 7 to make it through to the finals. What an amazing performance from Scotty. He is the man, and he is right alongside Lindsay Clark.
Yes, Clive is definitely the man. Scotty T, an amazing last end for you. Could you have played 2 bigger bowls?
Maybe earlier, so we don't go to a tiebreaker. But no, I don't know. It was a battle of a game. Quality side. They had us under a bit of pressure there. We had to dig deep to even get to a tiebreaker. And you know, once you're in one, you got a chance. Just got to play a good one when you need it.
Tell us about. There's a really good energy around your team. A lot of support for the Pioneers here tonight.
Yeah, well, we were battled. I think we were bottom after about 8 rounds, and we're just like, oh well, you know, we'll go and try and win a few games in a row, and snuck into the finals, and so we're here, and we're going to try and give it a go.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go get ready. We'll see you again very soon.
Thanks, Lenny.
What a match that was. Join us on the other side of the break for the Bowl Show Awards. Back soon. Hello and welcome back to the Bowl Show, all thanks to Bowls Australia and powered by Drinkwise and Aero Bowls. And as our man on commentary, Clive Adams, said, Adelaide pull off the least likely of victories, Val. Unbelievable.
They keep doing this. They keep doing it. And it's 3 times in a row at BPL 20 now where they've made the second final. So they keep winning the first final. It's their 3rd time in a row where they're into the top 4. It's amazing how they just keep finding a way into the finals and keep finding a way to win a final as well when some teams just really struggled to get there. So really well done for the Pioneers. They were sensational. And Scotty T, my God. I found out he's a very good rapper as well. He can,
really?
he can riff off the cuff, so he can do it all.
Are we going to play some of his finest on the Bowl Show?
I don't think we have it on footage, but it was more off screen.
Oh, okay.
But he's very good at it.
We've got to put something to tape, I reckon. We'll get it on the Bowl Show. All right, Val, let's get into the Bowl Show Awards, starting with the play of the day. All thanks to Titanium Caravans. Go off-road and off-grid in total luxury. What did you pick out as the play of the day?
Well, Scotty T sent the Jack off-grid here for in the tie-break. He was sensational, and him and Ali Forsyth had a real battle going on throughout this contest. Nick Carl as well. But then if you look at this here, Scotty just able to nudge that Jack out wide and be able to send it out to a bare area where both of the players are just going to have to draw to win the match essentially. And Scotty was the one that ended up having the job.
Incredible precision stuff there from Scotty T. And our moment of the match, all thanks to Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. What have you got for the moment of the match, Val?
Well, the end of the second set I thought was sensational for both Scott Thorburn and Ali Forsyth. They were both going toe-to-toe. It was brilliant bowls. The way that they were able to set things up, Ali having the opportunity to try and kill the Adelaide bowl to send them through to the second final against the Sydney Saints. Couldn't quite do it, and Adelaide managed to send it to a tie-break and ultimately Jordan get the win.
Absolutely. On to the next stage they go, and we'll be bringing you that next week. That's all we have time for today, but make sure to check out the entire Aero Bowls collection, including their Actuality logo. Personalise your set of Aero Bowls with any logo you wish. Aero's patented process prints onto your bowl permanently in full colour, as you've been able to see on our desk here today. The Adelaide Pioneers will be back on our screens next week as they take on the BPL's newest franchise, the Sydney Saints, in the second elimination final of BPL 20. It's great to be back, Val. I'm looking forward to being back next week.
Same here, Jordan. And next week, I've got a photo of your face on one of these bowls. So
I look forward.
I don't, but I'd like to see it.
Well, I'd like to see it.
Yeah,
sort of.
We'll have it happening. We'll get it by the end of the season. We'll get Jordan's face on.
And yours as well. From getting mine,
yeah,
getting yours.
The dream team.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll catch you next week on the Bowl Show. The Bowl Show would not be possible without the generous support of Drinkwise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. OMF, sleep deeper, recover faster, perform stronger, wake up refreshed, energised and ready to dominate every game.
Audica, your hearing is our expertise.
Right at home, the right care right at home, Australia's premier in-home care provider. Titanium Caravans, service your caravan with the industry leaders Titanium Caravans. Aero Bowls, the same line every time. And of course, Bowls Australia.